Outlaw, Macho, Drive-In.
People that don't watch 205 Live or who have walked 205 Live since the start, I know a lot of people, they watch the Cruiserweight Classic and then they never watched 205 Live for some reason. Granted, yes, when it first started, it wasn't the Cruiserweight Classic, but they still had solid matches.
Yeah, it's because the Cruiserweights were on Raw, and Raw had like a heavy influence on 205 then.
Yes, exactly. But then, once they stopped appearing on Raw, it's pretty awesome. And like Neville was great, even though Neville was basically the only person who was really appearing on Raw at the time. As soon as the post-Enzo world happened, once it became all about like Cedric Alexander, Mustafa Ali, and Buddy Murphy, those three guys carried that show.
Yeah.
And they always had great matches. You could put those three against anybody, and you were pretty much guaranteed to have a great match. Now 205 Live is basically NXT's Saturday night or NXT's Sunday Night Heat. It's their B show, but you still get a lot of great talent on there, like Austin Gray, or like Stallion. Then you have like teams like
Mansoor. You got Everrise.
Yes, like Everrise. Neeson Davari,
the
Bollywood Boys. There's a lot to love on 205 Live that people don't even think about. And a lot of people mock us, like, "Oh, it's low card guys." It's like if you're watching AEW and you're gonna mark out when you see like Hobbs or like Warhorse or somebody pop out. It's like you're basically doing the same exact thing. Give these guys a chance. Give the show a chance.
An actual narrative there. They don't just come out here and just appear and then disappear for a month and then come back.
Exactly.
And but honestly, like
you're bound to see at least. You're going to get like either a good tag 6-man or 8-man and one singles match, usually on the 30-minute shows, and each one goes at least like 10 minutes, so they're not squash matches, and all the guys have character, like they all stand out.
It's the problem is, I think the main problem with 205, honestly, to be honest, is that it exists in a vacuum for itself. It
does.
It's the problem is, like, I watched 205 and I don't think there is any actual plans to cross over anyone from 205 to NXT.
No, like NXT. The only time they did it was
Stallion.
When they remembered that Kurt Stallion had a #1 contender shot. They were like, "Oh, you know what? He's had this contender shot for like 5 months now. Let's put him on NXT for 2 weeks and then
nip it in the butt. Just kill off the title shot."
Yeah, which sucks. I no sidetracking from Takeover here, but I was telling Pete this a couple weeks ago that I would honestly love to see Neeson Davari almost do like a New Age Outlaws type thing, not the same gimmick, but they've had it and they come onto NXT and they just start attacking people, and like Regal gonna confront them and strictly say that they're sick and tired of being pushed aside, that they want a shot at the tag titles, they don't care, and they don't have to win the tag titles, but I would love to see Neeson Davari storm through people on NXT for like a month or two, get a tag title shot. Whatever happens after that happens, but at least people would be like, hey, there's stuff that happens on 205 Live that actually matters.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be good. And just so no one listening thinks we're putting the double standard, because when I said like people disappear on AEW, like I understand that they are on Dark, and that's probably that they show up on Dark, and that's probably kind of the same boat that 205 is on. That you know, you don't know what's going on, but it's happening below the surface. But difference here is that, you know, on Dynamite, they expect you to have watched everything.
Yes.
On NXT, I believe, like, when they actually brought Stallion in, they explained in detail how this guy was, like, you know, got the #1 contendership on 205 Live and how so forth. So, and that's a good thing, but it's, once again, I don't know, it's like, I think 205 Live is just a content provider right now. It's not in the big picture for NXT.
It is, yeah. I honestly feel this is the last year for 205 Live. But
it's
you can
yeah.
a couple of the guys they could post COVID. A couple of the guys they could even send over to, you know, the UK to do like a tour. So like send Gray or Stallion over there for like a month, you know, just to do I guess a month's worth of tapings, I should say.
Have Mansoor go in there against A-Kid. That's
yeah, exactly.
Send like, even like, because like NXT UK has a lot of, like, you know, 205ers, like, as far as weight class. So you can have, so if you're gonna do the whole cross function post COVID, like, hopefully it didn't end like we, you know, with the match that we still have not discussed yet.
Yeah.
It's like, if I think it's better to have like 205 especially should be like the Women's Tag Team Championship to Raw and SmackDown. Should be the link that connects the two shows together.
Yes.
It should be the Cruiserweight.
The reason we're mainly talking about the Cruiserweight division here is because last January, Jordan Devlin won the Cruiserweight Championship. Then COVID happened. He couldn't come back to the States. Since September, has been defending the Cruiserweight title
in the UK.
Over in the UK. Santos Escobar has been the interim champion here. I was always wondering if they were just going to keep the two titles split or what they were going to be doing originally. Then, as soon as Santos started mentioning Devlin and Devlin cut that promo,
yeah,
me, you, and Pete might have been the only people who were freaking out over that.
Yeah, when they
it was an amazing moment.
Airport, we were all like, "Holy shit! This is."
Yes, because people can say Escobar has elevated the title, which he did. Buddy Murphy did, Neville did, Alexander did, but Santos has made it seem like a legit title because it's now on NXT.
Yes.
It's not just a 205 Live title. But Jordan Devlin has been defending this championship over in the UK. He's been in open challenges. Devlin has been a great champion. So Devlin versus Santos Escobar was a huge match. It was one of my, if not my most anticipated match of the weekend. Probably my second after Cole and Kyle. It was probably my second most anticipated.
Yes.
And holy shit, did they deliver?
Yes. And
honestly, actually looking at it, second biggest runtime of the night last night.
Oh, nice. And it was good. It's and you gotta, like, I don't know, like, at least under the WWE banner, this might have been the most anticipated Cruiserweight Championship match.
Yes.
Of all.
And
well, definitely under NXT, probably under WWE. I mean, like, I'm trying to remember, like, I don't think, like, Chavo had a great Cruiserweight Championship reign way back when, but I don't think there was any match of his that was anticipated as this. I don't think Rey Mysterio had any match.
I think the last two, as far as NXT or current Cruiserweight title since 2016, I think the only two matches that have really been built up like this might have been Reese versus Neville at Mania, and Ali versus Cedric at Mania. This
Ali
here
versus Cedric was a tournament final, so you could, like,
yes,
there was a story, but the story was like it's babyface versus babyface. It's title for car.
plus those two Mania matches, it felt like an undercard. This year, you had Shawn Michaels making the match.
Yes.
Shawn Michaels comes out and throws in the ladder, effectively showing, hey, Shawn Michaels can call the shots on NXT as well.
Yeah,
and
Shawn Michaels has taken an interest in this
press
match.
conference.
And Shawn Michaels has taken an interest in this match. And Shawn Michaels lends credibility to anything. Let's be honest. So, if you're if Shawn Michaels saw this match and thought, well, I want this. I want this to be a ladder match. So you're thinking, whoa, Shawn sees something here that we didn't see. If you're not familiar with these people,
have you seen the poster that they had between these two, where they were side by side, but Devlin's face had the Irish flag on it, and Santos' face had the Mexican flag. I saw that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. They do that for a lot for the UK as well. Like it's. I remember Kaylee Ray and Satomura had something like that. Kaylee had the Scottish flag, and Satomura had the Japanese flag. So it's those are pretty good, and it felt like a big deal match. It felt big. I don't think I think this is the most anticipated Cruiserweight Championship match since 2016, since it's been reinstated. I might actually go back and say since WWE introduced the Cruiserweight title, not the light or the light heavyweight title. Since I'm not going to talk about WCW's part in it, but since the WWE introduced it, I think this is probably the most anticipated match
easily. At least it was the best built and the one that was actually treated with the most respect.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us on the Outlaw Macho Drive-In. If you liked that video, please click like and subscribe to our channel for more content from the Drive-In. For full episodes of our podcast, you may look us up on Anchor, Spotify, or wherever your favorite podcasts are available. Just search for Outlaw Macho Drive-In. And if it's not too much trouble, would you help us out here? Spread the word, share. We would really appreciate it. Thank you. We love you. Bye.